Good afternoon, this is Sean Gwill with Paradise Veggies. It is Monday, March 18th. I am here in the garden at my pepper bed and my tomato bed. Once I thought we got through those hard freezes here in the valley, I thought the rough weather was over, but a couple hailstorms later and I was wrong. So the garden luckily has started to recover nicely. All the rain, of course, ended up helping out the plants. But in this lower portion of the bed, I have my sweet or non-hot peppers, and then up here I have all my hot peppers. So I have a couple different varieties of bell pepper. I have a yellow, I have a red, I have a green, a lime green, an orange, a bell pepper, and then I planted something new this year that I've never planted. It's called a gypsy sweet bell, so obviously some type of hybrid bell variety. I've already gotten my cages in this year early. I tell myself every single year to put them in, and I don't listen to myself, and then I'm fighting and killing half the plant trying to get the cage around them. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in early this year. Up here I have jalapenos, serranos. I have what's called a fulya jalapeno, so a jalapeno that's not hot. And then we have, what is this? Pimento. We have Anaheim chilies and 2 poblanos and 3 habaneros. One of the things I thought was pretty funny was because I had previously planted my tomatoes in this bed were all the volunteer tomato plants that came up. So there are literally hundreds of little tomato seedlings that have come up in this bed. I'll probably maybe thin them out and see if I can do some type of sprawling method with maybe a few of them, just so I can get a couple tomatoes off them, because they will essentially be a hybrid variety of my own creation. So that's kind of cool. I'll go over my tomato bed in my next video, but what I wanted to show you guys is when I was planting my tomatoes, I had a couple extra sunburst tomatoes lying around. I had picked them off the plant right before our first freeze, and I had them in a bucket for basically about a month. It was so cool that they kind of sat out in the garden in just a bucket. And then what I did was I came along and I just squished the tomato into this little trench and then covered it back over. I mean, that is a pretty significant germination rate, probably nearly every seed. Compare that to where I'd put just a packet of dry seeds that I had soaked. You can see that seeds straight out of the fruit seem to have a much higher germination rate. So I'm going to try to incorporate that into my planting method. I'm not really sure how that would work. It kind of just seemed to end up happening on its own, that I had these tomatoes kind of sitting around, right? You wouldn't probably be able to normally do that, just let tomatoes sit around from one season to the next. Well, especially through summer, probably not. So hope you guys enjoyed my videos. Post comments, subscribe. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.